Elmer Dyer was a cameraman who worked on the film who specialized in aerial photography. So his job would be to photograph plane to plane, meaning that he would often be in an open cockpit with a camera called an Akeley, which was something that was very useful for photography. One of the features that this camera had, which was very effective in photographing other airplanes, was that you could tilt it. Because of its circular construction, it was very easy to tilt in dramatic angles up and down, as well as you can adjust this viewfinder so that you can see what you're photographing while you have these dynamic angles going on all at once. The other thing about it, which is unique, is that when you opened the door, you had these pre-made, preloaded film magazines that allowed you to reload the camera very quickly. And so that, again, is something that you have to consider when you're in an airplane. You need to be able to work very quickly and all by yourself without any additional help. Another feature of the camera is that the viewfinder has a lens that's exactly the same as the lens that actually goes to the film plane so that you can see what you're photographing. And if Elmer needed to change a lens quickly, he would have several of these that he could just slide in and out, depending on what focal length he needed. There is a very great sequence around the Mesa where you can see that he's hunting to find the composition for the aircraft as it's flying around, banking through a turn. And a lot of responsibility would be on Elmer to get that shot, because he would be the one looking through the camera and knowing that he got it or not. And he was very well respected as an expert in this particular field. When the character McPherson flies off the Mesa, there's this very impressive shot of it diving down, and this is Paul Mantz flying this. And literally almost skimming the top of the ground as it's in this very deep dive. And it's interesting that we've found some footage which wasn't used in the film, but it was a different angle of this stunt as well. So you can tell that they did it several times to make sure that they got enough coverage. And then Hawks would select the take that he liked the best. Even though they had this mesa, which was elevated and with cliffs around it, as the plane lands, you wanted a shot that really showed that the plane was about to fall off the cliff and that there would be a jeopardy situation that was very dangerous. So they did a special effects shot there just to sort of bring home that more effective shot that they didn't quite get being out there. So this was done with a matte painting special effect by an artist named Chesley Bonestell. It's just taking what was already photographed and then with a painting adding the cliff into the scene to make it a more dramatic shot. Only Angels Have Wings is a particular favorite of mine because I think it shows Hawks is very interested in finding a way to make a dramatic experience for the public and share his love of aviation with that picture.